All right, everybody, welcome to a brand new episode of Tacos en Europa, a short preview, less than 10 minutes. I am Jorge.
My name is Edgar.
We're here to talk about Panama versus Mexico, the great Gold Cup Final. Well, maybe not so great, but the Gold Cup Final. That's got to see who's going to take this Gold Cup. And they say it's not going to matter for Jimmy Lozano's job whether he wins or loses, but I think it will. I think it will be something that was going to matter a lot in the decision. But what do you think, man?
I guess it's this thing of if he wins and he wins well, it's going to be harder for the administrators, the I don't know how to call them, the directors, to get Jimmy out of the group. The thing is, if he wins, the people like him, the players like him, is going to be like politically difficult for them not to let him stay. You know?
And I mean, as we saw last game, we talked about it in our last episode. For those of you that heard it, we were able to see kind of like Jimmy Lozano's map or his plan kind of click for once. Like, not for once, but like kind of like the most we've seen it click since he started. He had that one great game. Okay, it was against Honduras. But I believe that game versus Jamaica was when we actually saw the players kind of understand their roles and what they needed to do.
Yeah, when we started to see his hand on the team, like not only put them in their position and just motivate them and let them play. No, we started to see a little more of like tactical finesse from here.
Mm-hmm.
Like taking the wingers and inverting them, changing sometimes the midfield, just like make them rotate a little, make these little changes that can, well, a well-coached team, a team that has time to work out the tactical elements, has a lot of those things. A new coach for a national team will not have those things. And we started to see them, like little things that tell me, okay, he's changing a little bit. But we can see his path.
Yeah, and just talk about the two teams briefly real quick. We have Mexico, obviously, who has 5 games played, 4 wins, 1 loss. Panama has a slightly better record with 4 wins and 1 draw, so they're undefeated at the moment in this Gold Cup. Now, Mexico is going to start this game with 12 goals scored and only 2 conceded, 3 clean sheets. Okay. And Panama is going to be 11 goals scored, so 1 less, but 5 goals conceded with only 1 clean sheet. So they have that defensive, we have a little like better defense than them, statistically on paper. But Panama does play with a 3-4-3 in most of their games. So that means we're going to have to try to beat that line of 3. But talk to us about what you think is going to be our lineup. What's our 4-3-3 going to look like?
No, it's for sure going to be the same as last game.
You don't see...
Maybe Edson instead of Chiquito Sanchez.
You don't see...
the only difference.
Sandy Jimenez starting at the first whistle?
No, God.
No. Now with Martin's goal in the first couple of minutes?
I think Jimmy prefers someone that can drop to midfield.
Yeah.
Like I think he eventually is going to, well, if he stays, he eventually is going to put Santi in the striker position, but he needs to coach the system into him, and he hasn't been able to.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting too, to see Santi Jimenez go back to Feyenoord with that in his mind. Like, okay, maybe I need to drip down a little more and help out. See if he maybe practice that a little more now that he knows that the coach kind of wants to see that. And that wouldn't be too bad to see at Feyenoord either.
No, that's the thing. Whenever the coach that's going to stays, they're going to have these tactical conversations, the homework that the striker is going to take home. Like, oh, you need to do this. You are the future. I want you to be the starter, but you need to do this for me. And until you can, you won't start. That's the thing.
So it'll be an interesting thing to keep track of here in Tacos en Europa. Every time you hear us, we'll be talking about that, see how it goes. But other than that, Ike, so we have these 2 teams that are kind of in really good form for the Gold Cup. Obviously, we both reached the final, but talk to me a little about Panama, how great they have been and how you believe that they really are the best team in the Gold Cup right now.
Yeah, actually, I think Panama is the best coach team in CONCACAF right now. And not only on the field, you can see that their system is permeating the whole national football for Panama. Their sub-23 are really good. They won the Toulouse tournament, Toulon,
Yeah,
and
they beat us.
and their team has been like fantastic. Really, they should have gone to the World Cup, but they collapsed on their last like 3 or 4 matches, and Costa Rica just didn't stop.
Yeah,
So I think they're a really, really, really well coached team. Thomas Christensen, the coach, has been doing a lot with whatever he's giving, and just like setting his system that as you said is a 3-4-3 possession based game. They have not that many stars, but they have like 3 players that are really interesting. Mainly Carrasquilla is a midfielder that has a lot of offensive potential. They have this left back Carl Davies that if I'm not wrong, I think he has played or is playing on Europe. He's like a decent player. And Fajardo, that's the striker, and he's like, I think he plays in Peru or something like that. And he's pretty good in this Gold Cup. I think their individual players are not their strength. Their system and the team is the strength.
okay.
That what Mexico needs to do, they have been doing it for like 2 years. They've been really good.
Yeah, I mean, and right now, like I said, they do have a slightly better record than us, but this will be, I believe, so this would actually be the third time we come against them in a final third place in the other one, because we played them in the U23, like you said, we played them in the Nations League, and now again in this one. So this for sure is going to be a very hectic game. It's going to be a strong game, and they're not going to come here just like for whatever. They want that trophy.
Yeah, and they honestly they should try to win it. This is not like a giant from CONCACAF against this little team. Panama has been really, really great. I think Mexico's gonna win at the end, but if Mexico makes mistakes, they could really take advantage of it.
So yeah, now that we talked about like the main players, the team's gonna look like, is there anything else you want to talk about for this Panama side?
No, just saying like I keep saying it, but they are really well run federation. That's how you call it. Because I mean, I was talking in Twitter the other day, like Canada was going through this, like they're bankrupt. I think the system of the national team is actually bankrupt. Like they may not be able to organize friendlies for a while because they have no money, and the US is going through this like shit show with the coach where he's out, he's out. He was in this drama with the Reinas, and well, Mexico is just like a dumpster fire. So
we all know what's going on with Mexico.
You see all that, and then you see Panama just staying on track, developing their players, playing better and better and better, and you see how could they get to do it well?
And that's what it's about, sometimes it's about just coming in from the shadows and like working hard, while other ones are coming down. You take that opportunity and you take advantage of that to try to get as best as you can. And these guys are doing it right, like you said. Great form in the Gold Cup. Like I said, like you said, the best one right now for the whole CONCACAF teams. And I don't know if it's going to be as good of a game as I thought the Jamaica one was going to be, but I think it'll be an interesting final. And I do also think Mexico's going to come out on top. So I do want to add another Gold Cup to the case, and we need a win, man. Like we need a final win. So hopefully this is going to be it.
Yeah. How do you think the score is going to end up?
This one, I'm going to go with a 2. I'm gonna go 2-0 because I want to keep that center back, that center back pairing with the clean sheet.
Yeah, I think Panama either wins 1-0 or draws to the extra time, or Mexico puts like 2 or 3 on them. And that's the same.
Yeah, the only reason I didn't go more than 2 is because I am a little scared of that formation. I don't know how we're going to break it yet, but I mean, we're going to try to do it. I think the closest thing we had was that Qatar game where they had like pretty much like, it was like a 5-5-1. I mean, a 5-4-1 or something like that. It was insane. Yeah. So something like that. So I don't think they're going to come out to play like that, but it will be difficult to go with like Henry Martin and stuff like that. But hopefully we're able to make it and everything's going to be good.
Yeah. I mean, I just want it to be a fun game,
Yeah. Well, we thought Jamaica was going to be. Hopefully we get it here.
Yeah.
For sure. All right, man. So we're running a little bit out of time. There's not much to talk about after that. So we will see you guys tomorrow on the next game. After we watch the game, we will give you guys that report on how it went, and we'll give you an analysis of how players were. All right, guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good day. My name is Jorge.
My name is Edgar.
Have a
and
good one.
See ya.